Log retention is not just buying more storage. For SecurityX, logs are evidence. Retention decides how far back you can investigate. Parsing decides whether that evidence can be searched, correlated, and trusted. If logs are kept but not usable, the organization may have data without visibility. Retention answers the question, how far back can we look? Compliance may set a minimum, but incident response often needs a longer view. A compromise discovered today may have started weeks or months earlier. Senior engineers balance legal requirements, threat dwell time, investigation value, and storage costs by using hot, warm, and cold log tiers. Parsing answers a different question. What does this event mean? A raw log line is turned into fields such as source user, destination host, action, status, process, and timestamp. Normalization lets different tools speak a common language. But bad parsing is dangerous. If the user field is wrong, correlation and alert routing may be wrong too. Time handling is one of the easiest places to make evidence unreliable. Collection time is when the SIEM received the event. Event time is when the activity occurred. If clocks drift, time zones change, or formats are parsed inconsistently, the investigation timeline can be wrong. Good logging architecture validates time sources and preserves enough metadata to explain the sequence. Consider an enterprise scenario. A company investigates suspicious access to a finance system. VPN logs are retained for 30 days. Endpoint logs are retained for 90 days. The first access happened 45 days ago, and the parser accidentally dropped the source IP field from older VPN events. The team has logs, but not the evidence they need. The architecture failure is retention and parsing, not analyst effort. A strong log pipeline has a design: collect the sources that support the use cases, normalize key fields before correlation, route high-value events to searchable storage and older evidence to lower-cost tiers, then test retrieval during tabletop exercises, purple teamwork, and incident retrospectives. If nobody tests the pipeline, retention policy may be a document instead of a capability. Governance still matters. You do not collect every possible log forever just because you can. Use cases drive source selection. Privacy and legal constraints affect what can be collected, who can search it, and how long it should live. Retention exceptions meet owners, especially when they affect regulated data, privileged activity, or incident response evidence. The common mistake is treating log retention as a checkbox. The team says logs are retained for a year, but nobody can query them quickly. The parser fails on a critical source, or the timestamps cannot be trusted. SecurityX thinking asks whether the logging design supports real decisions under pressure, not whether an archive bucket exists somewhere. Knowledge check and incident review shows the first suspicious VPN access probably happened 40 days ago. VPN logs are retained for 30 days, and endpoint logs are retained for 90 days, but do not normalize user identity fields. What is the best improvement? A. Keep every log forever with no access controls. B. Increase only storage volume. C. Define investigation use cases. Extend critical VPN retention. Normalize identity fields. D. Delete entitlements. Weighted coin try to more to there to the display edits. The key takeaway is simple. Retain enough history to investigate the risks that matter. Parse logs into trusted fields that support correlation. And validate that evidence can actually be found when the organization is under pressure. For SecurityX, the senior answer is not more logs. It is usable evidence for security decisions.